If ever there were a time to act in a spirit of renewed multilateralism, a moment to create a United Nations of genuine collective action, it is now. Now is our time. A time to put the united back into the United Nations. United in purpose, united in action.
The time has come for the world to move in a new direction. We must embrace a new era of engagement based on mutual interest and mutual respect, and our work must begin now.
And the President outlined his vision of a new world order in which the US would participate fully, one rooted on 4 basic principles.
Today, let me put forward 4 pillars that I believe are fundamental to the future that we want for our children. Non-proliferation and disarmament, the promotion of peace and security. The promotion of peace and security. The preservation of our planet, and a global economy that advances opportunity for all people. Today, let me put forward 4 pillars that I believe are fundamental to the future that we want for our children.
Your 4 pillars. We will brand your privity deep and sacrifice them on the altars of science. Then bring your church down upon you. Vatican City will be consumed by light, a shining star at the end of the path of illumination.
It's the ancient Illuminati threat, destruction of Vatican City through light. 4 pillars. There's your kidnapped cardinals. You didn't tell me they were the preferiti, the favorites to be named the next pope.
We will destroy your 4 pillars.
In this new world, how religious faith develops will have a profound impact.
make no mistake, this cannot solely be America's endeavor. Those who used to chastise America for acting alone in the world cannot now stand by and wait for America to solve the world's problems alone.
It's better not be socialist.
We have sought, in word and deed, a new era of engagement with the world. Now is the time for all of us to take our share of responsibility for a global response to global challenge.
I propose that Europe takes the lead in a bold plan to ensure that every continent now makes the changes in their banking system that will open the path to shared prosperity, that every country participates and cooperates in setting global standards for financial regulation, and every continent injects the resources we need to secure economic growth and jobs. I propose that Europe takes the lead.
The idea of a supranational currency independent of sovereign states is not a new one, but this is the first time an institution of such importance has made the proposal. The United Nations says it wants to go back to the idea of special drawing rights, or SDRs, and make it into a proper currency. The International Monetary Fund will then provide liquidity when and where it's needed.
The IMF could act like a world central bank that steers the global money supply.
A new reformed International Monetary Fund in which we welcome greater representation from the emerging economies and which must have at least 500 billion of resources, twice what it has today, must be empowered.
But this crisis has reminded us that without a watchful eye, the market can spin out of control.
A truly global society which is sustainable for all, secure for all, and fair to all. And let me repeat, I believe that the European Union is uniquely placed to lead in building this future.
It must be a peace which rests on the cooperative effort of the whole world. The cooperative effort of the whole world.
Muslims believe they're doing the right thing. A lot of them believe it's better off being socialistic.
The world must stand together to demonstrate that international law is not an empty promise, and that treaties will be enforced.
Now, never in recent years have we had an American leadership so keen to cooperate at all levels with Europe.
America has no better partner than Europe.
So starting with the EU-US summit a few days from now, when President Obama comes to Prague, we can transform that summit from just an annual meeting into an unstoppable progressive partnership to secure the global change that the world now needs.
Now is the time to join together through constant cooperation and strong institutions and shared sacrifice and a global commitment to progress to meet the challenges of the 21st century.
And this is why countries like Russia and China and Brazil are trying to divorce themselves away from the U.S. because it's a completely toxic currency that's just ripe for accounting fraud.
Some of you will know that for many years I've advanced the case for a global Europe and for the economic reforms to make it happen.
This is the moment when our nations and all nations must summon that spirit anew.
Questioning church rulings on scientific matters. They radicalized them. The Purga created a darker, more violent Illuminati.
President Obama kicked off a marathon day of diplomacy with his first UN speech.
Welcome to
How are you?
the United Nations.
Thank you.
I'm
My pleasure.
very honored.
The topic, climate change. 100 world leaders are meeting for a special summit ahead of the United Nations General Assembly.
All of us will face doubts and difficulties in our own capitals as we try to reach a lasting solution to the climate challenge. The danger posed by climate change cannot be denied. Our responsibility to meet it must not be deferred.
President Obama's hectic day has also meant wading into the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
We cannot continue the same pattern of taking tentative steps forward and then stepping back. Success depends on all sides acting with a sense of urgency.
He met privately today with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, then brought both men together for the first time since Netanyahu's election.
For all whose sense of safety and security has been threatened. And I pray they will be comforted by a power greater than any of us, spoken through the ages in Psalm 23.
If I were a Jew, I'd be a Zionist. I am a Zionist. You don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist.
Always look